Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making Nigerian indoor party jollof rice, and I have my red bell pepper, I have my sweet pepper, and I have my onions, and I'm going to go ahead and prep everything, remove the removables, cut them into small pieces, and get them ready to be blended. So it's easy for me to put them in the bag. It helps me to just put every chaff into the bag and just tie it up, and it makes life so easy, as you can see. So one thing I forgot to add that time was ginger and garlic, and I added small pieces because I don't like it so much in the food. And I blended everything together, and this is it. I'm going to go ahead and boil it down. As it is boiling, we'll go ahead and prep our meat. This is 50 pieces, about 50 pieces of goat meat, and I have my spices. I have my thyme, I have my stock cube, I have my garlic powder, I have my onion powder, my chili, and my salt. And yes, I'm cooking for people. Yes, I cook food for people. So this particular recipe is an order. I was making the food, and I like to grate my onions. Like, try it. It is really good when you're making a very bulky, set of food, or trying to marinate your meat. It's very good to blend the onions. It is very good. It gives it a very unique taste. So I'm going to go ahead and turn everything together, just to get the ingredients together, and I'm going to set it on the fire for it to cook. And as it's cooking, I'm still going to come back and turn it again, give it another turn, just for the ingredients to mix together, and then our meat is ready. So the meat is ready. I'm going to go ahead, take it down from the cooker, and I'm going to sieve the meat. I'm going to take off the meat from the meat water from the stock. We're going to fry this meat, so we need to separate the meat so that the water can drain properly. So after doing that, I'm going to sieve the meat water, and the reason for doing this is just to avoid all the residuals or something just from making the food dirty, especially when you're cooking for people outside. You really need to make the food neat. You don't want to have all the residuals that comes from the meat. You don't want to have them in the food. So I'm going to go ahead and just sieve the water, and I will set it aside. Remember, this is a step-by-step cooking, and you need all those things to be prepared and be kept aside for you to arrive at a good result. So after I've sieved everything, I'm going to set the water aside, and I'm going to heat up some oil to fry my meat. I'm going to go ahead and put some onions for flavor, and yeah, I'm going to start frying my meat. Remember, you need this oil to cook your rice. You need the oil to fry your tomatoes, like the pepper and the tomato paste. So you need to fry the meat before you use the oil, just to get a very good flavor before you use the oil to fry your tomato paste and your pepper. And yeah, our meat is ready. As you can see, that goat meat. Oh my god, that goat meat was so good. I mean, it was so good. So yeah, right now I have my cooked down pepper, I have my tomato paste, and I have my lightly crushed onions. And this is the pot I use in just frying the meat, and this is the oil I use in frying the meat. I'm going to be using the pot, and I'm going to use the oil. You can wash your pot if you want, but there's no need for that. And I'm going to add my onions, and I'm going to stir fry. I add my bay leaves, and I add my thyme for flavor. Yes, it gives it a different taste altogether. So I'm going to turn, fry, and I'll go ahead and add my blended cooked down pepper, and I'm going to fry it on low heat, very low heat, so that it's not going to burn, and it's going to take its time to cook. So right now, I'm going to be checking if it is well fried. I have a detailed video of how I fry my tomatoes. Very, very well detailed for you to get the good fried tomatoes. And now it's well fried. I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato paste. I'm going to incorporate it properly, and then I'm going to still fry it on low heat. So after frying for about 40 minutes or thereabouts, the tomato is ready for cooking. It's ready to use it and cook my jollof rice. And I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to get my rice ready. Some people just like to wash their rice properly. They won't parboil it, and they'll put it on fire, to start cooking the jollof rice. That's okay, but for me, I like to parboil it just a little bit. I like to wash it, and I like to boil hot water, and I'll put it in the hot water, and just within 2 minutes or thereabouts, I'll just give it a proper stir. I will stir it properly, and I'll bring it down immediately. I don't allow it to cook, because you don't want to arrive at having a soggy jollof rice. So yes, once my rice is cooked to my satisfaction, or parboiled to my satisfaction, I just go ahead and sieve it, and I pour cold water immediately over it. As you can see, the cold water is to stop the process of cooking. And yeah, I just put it in cold water, and I sieve it again and set it aside. So after I've set my rice aside, I'll just put my groundnut oil, and put onions for flavor again. I'll still add my bay leaves again for flavor. So if you notice, you will see that I am adding oil bit by bit, just because I don't want to have a very oily rice. I want to have everything balanced. And as you can see, I'm adding my well fried tomato paste and well fried sauce, and then I'm going to be adding the meat stock. If you have enough meat stock, you don't need water for this food. I'm adding my onion powder, and I'll add my thyme, and I'll add my curry powder, and then I add my stock cubes, and I'll give it a good stir. I'll also add some Cameroon pepper, and I'll add my salt, and I'll stir it and allow it to simmer a little bit, just for some time before I add my rice. So now it has simmered to my satisfaction. It has cooked a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add my rice, and remember, this is on a very, very, very low heat. I'm going to go ahead and stir my rice. Don't worry about the stirring. The rice is not going to be soggy. Remember, the rice is not properly cooked. So I'm going to stir and make sure everything, gets incorporated. The rice gets incorporated into the sauce, and the sauce gets incorporated into the rice. Yes, I'm going to give it a very good stir. And you need to pay attention to the quantity of liquid in the food. After I've stirred it, as you can see, I'm going to add my meat stock again, my goat meat stock. And please make sure that the rice and the water or the liquid is the same level if you don't want to get a soggy rice. So after I've turned it and added my water, I'm going to set it on low heat. As you can see, it's on a very low heat. It's just going to cook, and I'll just cover my pot. And here I'm adding my habanero pepper, just because, like I said, I'm cooking for people, and you don't want to dish a very hot food. You don't want to dish a very spicy food, since you don't know who wants it spicy. And yeah, after 30 minutes, this is what our rice looks like. I'm going to give it another stir. Yes, I'm going to give it another stir and allow it to cook for more time on a very low heat. Low heat is the key. As you can see, yeah, after about 30-40 minutes, our rice is ready. See, is that rice soggy? You can see the rice is ready. And by the time I was done cooking, my house was smelling so good. I'm going to go ahead and dish the food. I don't need it to be in the pot. It will still be cooking, so I'll go ahead and dish it. Like I said before, I was cooking for people. This was an order, so I had to dish it very fast. In fact, I was running out of time already, cooking and filming. Yeah, just look at that rice. I'll just go ahead and dish it. And yeah, that is our indoor Nigerian party jollof rice. You don't need so much ingredients. You can go ahead and add the number of ingredients you want, but the more you keep it light and simple, the more tasty and classic it is. So yeah, my rice is ready and dished. I think this should feed about 10 people. I didn't know the number of people that the woman wanted it for. She just told me to make half pan of jollof rice, and this is it. And you can merge it with your goat meat, of course, your well fried goat meat. I have a recipe coming up. I made I stewed the goat meat because that's how she wanted it. So, and it was very, very nice. I'm telling you, it was nice. Thank you for watching, guys. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe for more and give me a thumbs up and